Welcome back to Golf WRX's Winning What's in the Bag, where this week we're taking a look at 2024 Valero Texas Open champion Akshay Bhatia and his Winning What's in the Bag. We're going to take a look at the clubs he was using to win this week. Congratulations to him. Huge win. Gets him into the Masters. Enjoy Augusta this week. It's going to be pretty crazy. But again, congratulations on the big win. All right, we'll start at the top like we always do, and Akshay is actually using an older Callaway driver. He is on Callaway staff, so everything he has is Callaway, but he's using an older driver, the Callaway Rogue ST Max LS. This was a driver that's now 2 generations old, and it kind of combined forgiveness and low spin in kind of the same head and kind of started a little bit of that trend for Callaway. Now it is not a prototype model, it's just a Max LS head and is a 9-degree head. And he is a lefty, so these pictures are not backwards. And now he is actually playing this at 7.2 degrees. Reason being is that the tip on his shaft is what Callaway calls a strong adapter, and that allows you to go down 2 degrees and only go up 1 degree, as opposed to the retail adapter, which goes up 2 degrees and only down 1 degree. So 7.2, now when you go down in loft like that, typically the face angle is going to open a little bit, so if he's a player who likes to see a little more open face, going down 2 degrees will allow him to kind of see that and visualize that. It is playing at 57 degrees for the lie angle, so pretty flat. And he's got a ton of lead tape on the sole. When you look at it there, it's got 2 grams in the heel and 4 grams in the toe. Ton of lead tape covering the bottom of that thing. And it is shafted with a Fujikura Ventus Black 7X, the low launch, low spin shaft. He's playing it at 44 7/8 inches long. That shaft is tipped 1 inch before it goes into the adapter, and he's playing it at a D3 swing weight. For a fairway wood, he's using a Callaway Paradigm AI Smoke Max 3 wood. This is the 15-degree head, but he's playing it at 13.9. So he actually, on this one, is using the adapter at -1 and neutral setting. So going down almost 14, so the head probably plays 14.9 when it's actually measured, but he's playing it at 13.9 degrees. It's a 56-degree lie angle on this. And much like the driver, he's playing a Fujikura Ventus Black, but this time in the 80-gram X-Flex. So pretty heavy, pretty low launch, pretty stout shaft there. That has it cut down to 43 inches in length. That shaft is tipped 1.5 inches before going into the adapter, and much like the driver, he's playing it at a D3 swing weight. From there, from the 3 wood, he moves to a kind of utility wood, which is the Callaway Apex Utility. Now, this is kind of a prototype one. The sole's a little bit different, and it's all chrome instead of having kind of the graphics that the retail one had. It is a 19-degree head, but it's actually playing at 17.8 degrees. Now, I know these can be bent a little bit. On the tour trucks, they have the right equipment to bend them, so they must have bent it just a little bit strong to get to the gapping that he needs. It's playing at a 57.9-degree lie angle as well. And on the bottom, there is an interchangeable sole weight, and his is a 7-gram sole weight. Now, this is shafted up, shocker, with a Fujikura Ventus Black, but this time a 10X, so a 100-gram Ventus Black in X-Flex. It's tipped 1.5 inches as well, so this is going to be extremely stout. I mean, this profile is very butt stiff, very tip stiff. The middle is still pretty darn stiff, but again, low launch, low spin. He's playing at 41.5 inches long and a D3 swing weight. Then we move into his irons, and the first iron he gets into is actually technically his 4-iron, but it's a tour issue piece called the Callaway X-Forged UT. It's only for tour. It's a little bit different style than what you can get at retail, and the reason being is that the players who play TCB irons, which he plays, kind of like a little shorter blade length, a little less offset, and a little thinner top line. So this tour UT offers those things. A little less offset, a little less bounce, and it's got a little thinner top line on it compared to the normal utility iron that we get at retail. It's a 22-degree head, and he's got it shafted with a KBS Money Taper 125 S+. So the 125 S+ is kind of in between stiff and X, 5 grams heavier than stiff, a little bit stouter, and this is kind of a mid to mid-high launching shaft with low spin. Now, his irons are the Callaway Apex TCB 5-through pitching wedge. These are the raw heads, so they don't have a chrome finish on them like we got at retail. They're rusted up a little bit. You can kind of see where certain metals and stuff meet each other, where some don't rust, some do. It's a really cool look. I love the look of the raw TCBs. I wish they would have offered them retail. These are shafted up just like his utility iron with the KBS Money Taper 125 S+. He plays them at standard length, plays them at standard loft, but they are 2 degrees flat. Then you get into his wedges, and he's playing wedges with a bunch of lead tape on them as well. But they are Callaway Jaws Raws. So he's playing all the Jaws raw. They all have a bunch of lead tape up on the toe. You can just see the whole thing's covered. You can only see kind of the 4 dots on them. But he's playing a 50 degree with the 10 degree S-grind sole. And it is actually bent 1 degree strong, so it's playing 49 and 9 degrees a bounce. And then he plays a 54.10, again with the S-grind and a 60 degree with 8 degrees of bounce, and it's a C grind, and it's bent 1 week, so it's playing 61 degrees with about 9 degrees of bounce. Now the sole in the 60 is a little modified. It looks like they took a ton of trailing edge relief off, so you can really open that face without the leading edge of the club coming up too high. Allow them to kind of open that face and play really high lofted shots off the tightest lies, but you can see where it's kind of ground down there pretty heavily. And all 3 of these are shafted up with KBS High Rev 2.0 135X shafts. So the High Rev 2.0 is going to be a slightly more penetrating ball flight, offers just a little bit lower launch, but still with high spin. Now for his putter, he definitely is someone who uses a slightly different putter. You can see he's using an Odyssey Jailbird, but a broomstick. So the broomstick is basically meaning that they're the long putter. Comes up to about your chest. And these broomsticks you kind of hold with one hand as you kind of hold it at the top, and then you use your bottom hand to kind of pendulum swing the putter. His is the double bend shaft, so it should be pretty close to face balance. I'm not 100% sure at that length if it is, but I'm pretty sure it's close to face balanced. It's got 3 degrees of loft, and it's 50 inches long. His has the micro hinge insert, which to me is one of the softer inserts that Odyssey has. It's the one that has the little metal pieces that come out and they're backfilled with rubber, but just a really soft and soft sound and soft feel to it. Now this one here has a 2-piece grip. It's the Super Stroke Zenergy Tour 1.0 2-piece. So it's got a small section up at the very top, and then in the middle section's a longer piece where you grip it to kind of swing the club back and forth. The rest of his clubs, the driver, the irons, all that, play Iomic sticky grips. Now, I can't tell from the butt caps and photos if it's like a 2.3 or what model it is. It looks like it's just black on black. So sometimes the butt caps on those are different colors to kind of show different sizes or different grips. But they're all black Iomic stickies. And then the ball, he's playing the Callaway Chrome Tour, the brand new one. So he was a guy who played, I think, Chrome XLS. So he likes a little bit less spin on his ball. So playing the Callaway Chrome Tour. But that is Bhatia's what's in the bag from his 2024 Valero Texas Open win. Again, congratulations to him. That was a huge win. Like I said, gets him into the Masters this week. So hopefully he enjoys his time at Augusta. But that is it for the Valero. And we'll take a look next week to see who wins the first major of the year, the Masters, and dig through their bag.